What is up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Investing Bros. We're rising, we're grinding, and we're making it happen on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Whether you're waking up, whether you're just going to sleep, or whether you're fixing the lunch to eat it midday, wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for tuning in to The Investing Bros. I, of course, am T. Shroom, and we're going to be getting into some pretty crazy news. We're going to be taking a look at the charts as well. But in this video, we're actually going to compare Pith and Chainlink, and we're going to be doing that somewhat comprehensively, to be honest with you. Maybe take a look at the charts, going to be taking a look at what the potential of Pith could be relative to what Link has achieved thus far, and, you know, we're going to find it all out together. We're going to have a lot of fun. Before we get into too deep into the video here, what I want to do is actually pay homage to one of the greats, to one of the best investors ever, which is sadly Charlie Munger, investing genius, and Warren Buffett's right-hand man, is passed away at age 99. So he lived a good long life, and we are very fond of the quotes here on Investing Bros. So I do have a quote there from Charlie Munger, born 1924. Wow, the Roaring 20s. The best thing a human being can do is to help another human being known more. That's powerful. Knowledge is power, 100%. Charlie Munger knew it, and he used that knowledge to become very wealthy, right? In a very responsible way. He's known for being a very responsible, ethical investor, as well as Warren Buffett, Warren Buffett's right-hand man, right? So we definitely wanted to pay some homage to Charlie Munger this morning. A great mountain, a behemoth in the investing world. Wasn't a big fan of crypto, wasn't a big fan of Bitcoin, but look, you got to give credit where credit's due. Charlie Munger was still an OG when it comes to picking stocks, right, and picking projects, picking great ideas and great minds that are behind them. So you got to give credit where credit's due. That's kind of the name of the game there. And I've been tracking him. I watch the Berkshire Hathaway videos every once in a while whenever they have their like annual report. Those videos are really, really cool because they have a lot of snarky sarcasm every once in a while, and it's just a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the Bitcoin chart to start off the video. Taking a look, you can see that Bitcoin has absolutely been testing higher in all last night. You know, Tim tweeted out that while the markets may have closed in the U.S., right? You know, volume kind of drops down in the U.S. The Asian markets may have been what pushed this up, considering when a lot of this buying pressure came in. Now, of course, you could have set limit orders in the United States, but as you can see here, guys, in the wee hours of the night, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., this is when Bitcoin was getting pressured all the way up to 38,464. So it looks like it topped almost exactly where it topped back here, November 24th. So very, very interesting. Bitcoin continuing to knock on the door of 38.5. On some exchanges, you'd have to say it probably closed above 38.5. Where I'm looking right now on Coinbase, it has not. Let's look at a couple other names before we dive into this Pith and Chainlink analysis. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Chainlink, actually. So Chainlink on the day, looking pretty bullish here, kind of consolidating here right on the midline of the Bollinger Band as it moves forward, looking good, well above the dynamic reactor there from Chart Prime. And let's go ahead and check out some other names. Cardano, looking pretty similar. I've got a pennant drawn out there, not necessarily extremely accurate there, but let's see. Atom struggles. We're going to be has had a nice bounce off the trend assist here, as well as the dynamic reactor from Chart Prime. So found some strength in the price structure there. Is Atom. Let's take a look here. See, it looks like one of the biggest gainers on the day, other than Solana, which Tim covered in his video, is actually AVAX. So AVAX doing pretty well, going ahead and breaking out. It looks like a lot of these a lot of these cryptos on the daily charts are actually consolidating here and looking bullish for potentially for a bullish breakout, but could see a bearish breakout. We shall see. All right, guys. Well, we've taken a look here at some of the cryptos. Ethereum doing something very similar to a lot of the other names that we've just taken a look at. Although I will point out it's right above the midline of the Bollinger Band there on the daily. But let's go ahead and take a look at a name called Pith. So Pith Network, it's a new oracle, new guide to the block, and it's taking a lot of folks' attention. Before we get too deep into this, what I want to point out to you all is the membership opportunity here on Investing Bros. So when you join Investing Bros, you can join up as silver, as gold, or as diamond. You can see in the chat right now that there are a lot of members. That is indicated by these badges right here, okay? And as you can see from left to right, the longer that you are a bro, the longer that you are a member of this channel here, you will move closer to that purple badge, which of course is the most prestigious, which is super, super cool. You also get access to these emojis, and that's just silver, right? And then you also have the gold and diamond, which you can take some time for yourself to go check out what those come with. But it's a great gift for the holidays to gift for somebody that you know, or maybe you need to treat yourself and go ahead and this is the time to join this channel's membership. It really supports us here at Investing Bros, helps us keep the lights on, and also keep us extremely in the charts and in the news to be able to bring you, the latest coverage, the most in-depth coverage that we can. Again, just go ahead and click that join button and become a member today of the Investing Bros. You also get access to the Discord. Now, yes, T-Shroom, there is a free Discord. However, there are paid Discords where Tim and I, we actually post when we buy and when we sell, not as financial advice, of course, but for education and a little bit of guidance, kind of the thinking behind why we make our financial plays when we do. And you can get it all by becoming a member here on YouTube. Yes, YouTube actually can communicate with Discord. It's called the internet, folks, and it's a lot of fun. So we would really look forward to you joining our membership and also getting access to Discord and joining us in there. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into this comparison here. I want to start off with the coinmarketcap.com comparison because Pith Network, what is it? Let's take a look really quick at the CoinMarketCap explanation of Pith Network. Let's go ahead and take a look at that now. The Pith Network is the largest first-party oracle for the world's financial data. It supports more than 300 real-time price feeds across major asset classes, including digital assets, equities, ETFs, FX, and commodities. Okay, so a real finance focus that'll come back into play here in just a second. The network comprises of some of the world's largest exchanges, market makers, and financial service providers contributing to proprietary price data on-chain for aggregation and distribution to smart contract applications. So they own some IP, right? They're not just out here freewheeling and dealing. They've actually got some of this tech locked down, and as Charlie Munger would say, they're building a moat around their value. So very, very good in prime style here. Pith making themselves known with an excellent service offering. But let's take a look at the market cap comparison. So on CoinMarketCap, as you might guess, they track the market cap of the coin. Now this one has a little warning sign, so not exactly sure what the market cap is as of right now. Actually, it'd be probably good to go ahead and cross-check this with CoinGecko. Let's see here. Let's see what CoinGecko is quoting the market cap at. So 622. And then Pith 640. Okay, so we'll use the CoinMarketCap number just because that's the one I've already calculated. So that's the market cap for Pith, right? You'll see why this is important in just a second. I'm going to show you what the potential price is for Pith. For Chainlink, okay, you can see here that the market cap is 8.2 billion, right? So quite a big difference there. Pith to Chainlink, and it's actually exactly a 1,185.82% difference, at least when I calculated this. Of course, the market caps have changed since then. But this is about a 10x, guys. So Pith has the opportunity, if it plays its cards right, if it continues to curry the favor of the markets as it has so far. It's been trending on all the indicators that I've been watching for days now. And it's doing well, right? The price has not moved directly up and to the right. It definitely has not done that, right? but it has been moving generally in a favorable direction. Let's take a look at the Pith chart. Now, of course, there's not very much data because it's only been out since the 20th of November, right? It came out this month. And so let's take a look at it here. We'll go down to the 4-hour chart so we can see a little bit of the price action. Ultimately, on the first day of trading, who knows what the heck happened, right? It was all over the place. We talked about this a little bit in Bro Time yesterday, talking about how it's hard to value projects in the first few days, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. So the chart doesn't really tell us much, right? But what would 1,000% increase? We might have to scroll out quite a bit for this. What would 1,100% increase be? And again, this is a very, very crude way of estimating this, but 1,100 would put it at $4 and let's call it 50 cents just to be conservative. So $4.50 would be the price target, the price, dare I say, prediction for Pith. Not my prediction. This is just a simple, extremely simple calculation here, guys. I'm by no means saying that it's going to go up and be priced at $4.50. However, I'm saying according to what Chainlink has been able to achieve in terms of folks flipping their currency, flipping other currencies for Chainlink, Pith might be able to experience something similar. Now let's get into the fundies, right? The fundamentals here of what makes Pith and Chainlink different. What I will say is obviously this breakdown is going to be slightly biased because it's on Pith.network, right? So it's their website. But I did find this information to be pretty useful. First thing you're going to notice is that Chainlink data provides solutions for various applications like gaming, sports betting, weather, and financial data. And as well as financial data, right? So it's not necessarily focused on financial data, whereas Pith data ranges from cryptocurrency to foreign exchange to equities to precious metals. So they're specializing in financial data, okay? Going on, so that's their core mission, right? Data providers, they're data providers. That one is just self-explanatory. The data source. So Pith uses first-party data that comes from exchanges, trading firms, and financial institutions. Chainlink sources some data from exchanges like Kraken, Huobi, but primarily from third-party data aggregators like Brave New Coin, CoinMarketCap, and CoinGecko to deliver price feeds. So you know that's a difference, and some folks are going to Okay, important thing to back up here is who is the user of an oracle. It's not really you and me. We're the end user in terms of the actual tradable data, you could say, but the actual user of oracles are people like who we had on Dr. Adam, right, from Arculus, right? He is constantly working with his devs to be the most competitive cold wallet that you can be, and that's what Arculus is trying to do, right? But ultimately, it's the dApps, right? It's the projects, it's the companies, it's the middlemen between the actual cold, hard silicon of the blockchain, right, and you, right? So there's a lot going on in the blockchain, obviously, but the dApps are the ones who are using this Oracle technology, and they're the ones who are going to care about differences like this. For you, you may not care until something goes wrong, whether or not your data is coming from a third party or a first party, but the dApps are likely to care about things like this. Now, this is one of the big ones that impressed me, which is the L1 availability. Pith is available on the following chains. Chainlink is available on the following chains. So as you can see, there's a lot missing over here, okay? Now, the question I have is, do any of these really matter? Okay. Now, you do see Aptos. You know, is that a blockchain that you're super bullish on? Is you think that Aptos is the future? Maybe you do. And the fact that that Chainlink's missing from that one, you know, may concern you. May make you want to reallocate, right, away from Chainlink and towards Pith. Now, I'm going to give you my somewhat of a conclusion here. Injective, another one that's missing, but I'm not going to pretend like this is cut and dry in any way. Polygon, EKEVM, another one that's missing from the Chainlink column. And Sui, you can see there as well, also missing. And then there's just the number in general, right? It's really high, the amount of L1s that are serviced by Pith or have the potential to be. And then there's more breakdowns here. There's data ownership, right? Pith's data comes directly from data owners. Chainlink's data comes from the node operators relaying it. Again, this information is going to be presented in a biased way because it's from Pith.network, right? But it is useful. It is useful to try to understand, you know, what we're working with here. And transparency, Pith's data is verifiable on chain. Excuse me. Chainlink's data exists off chain and has to be verified on an individual basis, right? So potentially another favorable feature in the view of what dApps might want. Special features. So Pith has the following special features: benchmarks, confidence intervals, low latency, native 1-hour EMA, on-demand price update model. Okay, and then Chainlink has the following features: verifiable random function, proof of reserves, external APIs. Right, so the list goes on and on. I mean, there's no end to what you can compare of these two. And then it's a performance during Black Swan events. That's actually pretty interesting. So they're comparing a specific incident. So let's see, during the Luna UST incident in May 2022, never forget it, just put out a video on this actually. Pith, man, go check it out on the Investing Bros if you guys have some time. You really enjoy it. I was basically trying to discourage folks from buying Luna, right? Or USTC, I think it is. Anyway, Pith managed to track the Luna price very accurately during this depegging event, and I'm assuming that probably they're making the claim that Chainlink did not. I do actually remember Chainlink being in the headlines during that event, so this is actually fairly good information. What is my conclusion, T-Shroom? What are you thinking? Are you FOMOing in to Pith right now? Are you selling all your Chainlink and going and running over to Pith and saying, take my money? No. Right? I see this as a diversification play, and it's exactly because of what you see on the top line of this comparison, right? Is that Pith is trying to specialize in financial data. That's where the money is, right? Chainlink is diversified, right? I'm using the same word twice here for two different really verticals of analysis, but Chainlink is in like gaming, right, and sports betting, and they're trying to gather weather data as well, which is probably harder, right? So they're spread a little more thin, whereas Pith is focusing solely on the financial world where there's probably a lot more money to be made. Now, of course, you can make money off the sports betting side, but the comparison here is apt. I felt like this was fairly useful for you all. Let me know if you valued this. Let me know in the comments, which one are you DCAing into? Are you not buying any more Chainlink? Are you buying Pith? Or are you sidestepping the Pith train and saying, nah, I'm not getting on that train? Let me know why down in the comments. Let me know in the chat. I would absolutely love to know what you're thinking on this project. We've got a lot of news to cover here, guys, but my conclusion is that this is a diversification play. I'm definitely not selling Chainlink to buy Pith, right? I'm holding, in fact, I've bought more Chainlink since Pith has been out, but full disclosure, I have purchased some Pith. Right. Now, another big feature, another big pro, I would say, for Pith is that it's really wrapped into the Solana ecosystem quite neatly. And of course, if we know anything about Solana, Solana is very hot right now. It's had some obstacles in the past. You know, it's had its name dragged through the mud, but that seems to be completely brushed off by the investment community, as we have seen Solana's price do nothing but go up and to the right. So could Solana's success also bleed into Pith's success? I think that is a real possibility. Guys, you saw the price prediction. You saw the comparison breakdown here. Ultimately, I'm definitely not selling my Chainlink. I do not see a compelling thesis for Pith overtaking, right, Chainlink. I think that Chainlink has been in a monopoly situation for a long time. Yes, there are existing competitors, but it is nice to see a major player come into the space and take on a little bit more market share to try to make things better, right? Who knows how much better this data can get? And of course, down at the consumer level, at the retail level, we probably are not going to experience a whole lot of change. Maybe we will, but it's going to be at that dApp level, right? Folks who are building on these blockchains that are going to see a noticeable difference in the different Oracle service providers. Drew P said, T-Shroom, you're doing a great job. I still watch this show every day. I really appreciate that, Drew P. It's so nice. It's so nice to hear compliments. Let's see. Agwo said Pith all the way. So got some big Pith fans here in the chat. Not surprised. Debana said, never heard of this, but projects launch months before the halving might be insane during the alt season coming 2025. Yes, and I will point out, we did the calculation, but Pith is rocking out at a $640 million market cap, according to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. So got a little bit of confluence of confirmation, right? Dustin Singer said, GM Bros, GMT Shroom. Love it. Love to see a Justin Singer. And also, Gia, S dropping the truth here. She said, hey, all smash that like on your way in. Smash the like button, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've more than likely have clicked on this video to 100% check out the breakdown of Pith and Chainlink. We've done it. We've taken a look at it. Now let's take a look at the news. This is what we usually do here at the 9 o'clock hour with me, T-Shroom. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to stay on the subject of Chainlink. How about that? 2.1 million liquidations in Chainlink. Guys, that's a lot. That's really high for Chainlink. These are long liquidations. This is just showing that volume, and bring this to your attention to show you that volume is getting higher and higher in the futures trading markets for Chainlink. So a lot of folks getting into Chainlink, trying to go long on it. Those were actually long liquidations for Chainlink. So, of course, I don't think this is bearish ultimately. I think there's just a bit of volatility, right? That was unanticipated, uncalculated by the market, and they got punished, right? Hopefully you didn't. Hopefully you were able to buy it lower. Chainlink upgrades staking to version 0.2 with new features. So Chainlink, definitely not a dead project by any means, guys. They're still developing, still working hard every day over there. Spot Bitcoin ETF decision delayed by the SEC until January, moving into Bitcoin here. So there's an interesting take here from Scott Johnson. He's a finance lawyer, and he's weighed into this very topic. He suggested that this early decision is likely a tactical move to conclude all the comment period before January 10th. This would enable the SEC to approve all applications simultaneously. Johnson pointed out that the Global X, another applicant, has a comment period ending in December 29th. The SEC's scheduling indicates a possible approval period between January 2nd and January 10th. So this is kind of the new window of possibility. I'm still holding out to think that maybe in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we might see a Santa rally spurred on by this ETF spot approval. However, it's looking more and more like January 2nd to the 10th is going to be that window for approval. Folks, if you have not filled up your crypto bags yet, not financial advice, of course, but now would be a time that I would educate you to think and consider what might be next for the crypto world, as these ETFs are expected to send prices up and to the right. Very, very exciting. All right, and then here's a graphic. You guys can take a screenshot of what the expected schedule for these ETF approvals are going to be. Next, the third deadline, and then the final deadline, of course. That first final deadline, which is the one that matters for ARK shares, ARK 21 is the 10th, right? And that's where we derive this date from here. Sorry for scrolling around, probably making you go crazy here in the early morning. Right here, January 10th, January 2nd to the 10th. Big dates, guys. I've got it highlighted for a reason. Apple, in a little bit of a controversy here. Apple is trying to unwind its Goldman Sachs credit card program. That's right. What's interesting about this to me is that it would also mean that Apple would need to find a new financial partner for its popular credit card. Okay. Well, if it's so popular, why are they switching? Well, it must be because Goldman Sachs sucks. And it does. It's TradFi, right? I'm sure working with Goldman Sachs is an absolute nightmare, even if you're Apple, the largest company in the world by market cap. I believe they're rocking out at about 2.8 trillion, right? So pretty big, a lot of influence. If they want to shift their weight and throw it towards something else, a different bank, they absolutely can, and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Now, what could be in the future? What could be the financial partner they partner up with? Could it be Elon Musk's X? Could it be Cardano? Who knows? We shall see in the future. One man who's not so happy is Cristiano Ronaldo, as he's being sued for promoting Binance unregistered securities. Man, that is not good. That is not good. It's not a good look for crypto because Cristiano Ronaldo, right, one of the biggest names in the world, one of the highest paid individual athletes in the world, you know, he's being now associated with negativity in crypto. That's not going to go very well. Hopefully, it brings prices down a little bit so that we can buy lower. All right, taking a look here at one of our final stories, you can see that there is actually a big merge coming now. If you're not into crypto mining, then this might not mean much to you, but a merge between HUT8 and USBTC expected to close this week. This was brought to us. This was brought to our attention actually by one of our YouTube members, okay, Eric Wallen. So Eric, always keeping us in the know about the miner specifically. He's very active in the Discord and keeps a smile on our face with some of his funny antics that's dropped there. Eric, hope you're having a great day. But yeah, so a lot of excitement coming from the crypto space this morning. We saw prices go up and to the right starkly yesterday. I hit some milestones in my personal investments that I'm very excited about, and I'll be talking about tomorrow in Bro Time at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, again, I asked you all at the front end of this video to become a member of our YouTube channel here, and you can do that now. That wasn't a one-time opportunity. Think about it, guys. I know that there is a financial commitment to this, but it really helps support our channel, The Investing Bros. And if you've been watching for any amount of time, and you do derive a lot of value out of this, and if you're trading on this information, and you're making money, it would really, really be appreciated by Tim and I so much if you would become a member and go deeper with us. Go into that deeper layer of the paid Discords and tell us what you're buying. Tell us what you're selling and see what we are doing as well. Well, we've got about a minute. I had no idea that I would run short on this video, so it's actually kind of cool. Let's go ahead. I was tempted to open up the charts, but let's go to the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Drew said, the SEC is trying to close the door. Perhaps. I don't know that they'll be 100% closing the door to the spot Bitcoin ETFs here. Debonis said, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Not my own comment, but forgot the author. I like that. That's a good quote. Mr. Bergrogi said, is it Bergrogi? Bergani, man, said, you rock. Since coffee and crypto. I love it. So we got an OG in the chat this morning. Has been watching since coffee and crypto. That, guys, thank you so much. You're going to make me cry. All the positive vibes in this video. Loving it down in the chat. Never heard of this. But projects launch months before the halving might be insane during the alt season coming 2025. It's absolutely true. I know we already read this comment, but it is absolutely true. Drew P said, nah. I've seen too many smaller/newer projects come along to challenge the more mature, older projects and end up staying the little guy. I'm still DCAing Link. Well, Drew P, I agree with you and I disagree with you. DCAing Link is probably one of the best financial decisions I've made in the last 2 years, right? It's among some of the top financial decisions I've made, right? But I have seen some smaller projects come along and do very, very well. Arbitrum comes to mind. I believe it has the largest market share when it comes to being a layer 2 for Ethereum. So that's one example of a smaller project coming along and doing very well against what would have been the giant in the space, being Polygon. So very, very good observation from you, and I agree and disagree from you. Indie Rock Crypto said AMP, baby. So Indie Rock Crypto, very good friend of the Investing Bros, shouting out AMP. There you go. Debonis said, cheers to you and Tim for these daily videos. You guys are amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. ADA Ace said, talk about our video. Yes, so ADA Ace, him and I, we have made a video about how to short Cardano without having to go on MEXC or one of these trading platforms. You can actually go into a special program that you don't have to do. I don't even think you have to do KYC, right? Not that that's the end of the world, but there's a video in the members' YouTube that is only accessible. It's essentially a tutorial of how to leverage trade Cardano and other coins on Cardano, right? Without getting all crazy and having to get some of these crazy exchanges that charge a bunch of fees. You actually get paid to leverage trade. So if you're a leverage trader of Cardano, you're really wasting your time on the major exchanges. Go ahead and check out the video in our members YouTube only to learn how to, or at least get some familiarization with ADA Ace and I as we walk through how to leverage some of these special programs that are in the Cardano ecosystem to leverage trade and get paid while you do it. Guys, I have been T-Shroom in for the Investing Bros. It's been a real pleasure seeing some awesome positivity in the chat, seeing some awesome positivity on the charts. We've done it. We've taken a look at Pith. You know, we've seen it trending everywhere we go, and we've been able to do a little bit of a deep dive on it. We'll absolutely have more information to come on Pith, but hopefully you got a little bit of familiarization on what that project is and how it's different from Chainlink. At the water cooler, you might want to mention that Pith is mainly focused on the old financial markets, right? Whereas Chainlink is focused on finance plus sports betting plus weather and other data points. So a lot going on for the Oracle world. That could be one of the rising narratives of the bull market is actually Oracle. So we shall see. Certainly picking up momentum here in November. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Please consider becoming a member here of this YouTube channel, especially if you've been watching for a while. $5 a month, guys, is not too much to ask to help support the bros. At least I don't think so. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be live public at 3 p.m. Tim and I will be bringing it to you, our digestion of the charts, the price action, and the news. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm T-Shroom, at T-Shroom on Twitter. I don't talk about my Twitter enough. I really do need to. I post a lot of alpha on there, and I don't get as much engagement as I would like. Thanks for watching.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor of the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shroom's news got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividends. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.